What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Weapon Collective. We are out on the range today, loaded up the Gatmobile and came out in the snow and the cold. And what we're doing today is we are filming the 2011s that run Glock magazines. So we got the Staccato HD P4, and this is really the first shot through this thing today. And then we brought the Fusion XP Pro. We've had this out one time prior. Got first impressions, so run this a little bit more. And then I have some Stealth Arms Platypus, but I decided I'm not gonna shoot the 5-inch because I wanna keep everything as close as possible. So I'm gonna run the 4 1/4 inch Platypus and just keep things as equal as I can to really get a fair comparison to all three of these guns. So we're gonna go out and really just shoot these guns, not running drills per se, and just see what we feel, how I like them, and give you my impression of it.
I can't take them on my own. Oh, I'm not the one, you know. I have killed a man, and all I know is I am on the run and go. Don't wanna call you in the nighttime. Don't wanna give you all my pieces. Don't wanna hand you all my trouble. Don't wanna give you all my demons. You'll have to watch me struggle from several rooms away. But tonight, I need you to stay. Coming down the hall, I have killed a man, and all I know is I am on the run and go. Don't wanna call you in the nighttime. Don't wanna give you all my pieces. Don't wanna hand you all my trouble. Don't wanna give you all my demons. You'll have to watch me struggle from several rooms away. But tonight, I need you to stay. Cold nights under siege from accusations, cerebral thunder, and one-way conversations. Call you in the nighttime. Don't wanna give you all my pieces. Don't wanna hand you all my trouble. Don't wanna give you all my demons. You'll have to watch me struggle from several rooms away. But tonight, I need you to stay. Tonight, I need you to stay. Tonight, I need you to stay. insanity, taking my own. Live friend I know, leaves a lot. His name is Hope. I'm never what I like. I'm double-sided and I just can't hide. I kinda like it when I make you cry, 'cause I'm twisted up inside. The horrors of the night melt away under the warm glow of survival of the day. Then we move on, my shadow grows taller along with my fears, and my frame shrinks smaller as night goes near. When the sun is climbing windowsills and the silver lining rides the hills, I will be safe for one whole day until the sun makes the hills its grave. I'm never what I like. I'm double-sided and I just can't hide. I kinda like it when I make you cry, 'cause I'm twisted up inside. I'm never what I like. I'm double-sided and I just can't hide. I kinda like it when I make you cry, 'cause I'm twisted up inside my mind.
My mags. Okay, so I am back down in the Gat Cave. Figured I would follow up on the gun commentary in a little warmer spot. Fingers will not freeze down in the Gat Cave. So we just got done shooting the Staccato HD, the Fusion XP Pro, and the Stealth Arms Platypus. Basic first impressions of this gun here, the Staccato HD. And I figured, since not everybody has seen my previous videos, what is this gun? This is Staccato's new gun, 4-inch hotness that came out, big hoopla down at SHOT Show, and just barely released. So this is my first shots through this gun. And what makes this different than a normal Staccato? Well, I think the main thing they did is, well, there's a couple actually. So it takes Glock mags, which may or may not be to your advantage. And then it is full ambi. And then the biggest thing is probably that it is a Series 80 trigger, meaning this is drop safe. There is a firing pin block on this, so unless the trigger is pulled, the firing pin cannot release. And that's probably the biggest thing, but my big question is, do I need this gun? Does anybody need this gun? Who is this for? So after getting the first shots, what is my conclusion on this? Well, I would say this is, I don't quite understand this gun, if I'm being fully honest. It doesn't shoot as good as, say, the Staccato P or the XC. That's not a huge surprise. Those are longer barreled guns with Series 70 triggers, which is probably the biggest downfall of this gun, is the trigger is not a typical Staccato trigger. It's a good trigger, it's got a good break, but it does have a mushier kind of pull to it, once to the wall. And the Staccato trigger is great, but then the real comparison is getting down to really like the Staccato C2. This is probably gonna be its closest rival. And the C2, this thing shoots fantastic and feels great in hand. I'm gonna say, me being a righty, I don't need this gun. If I'm a lefty, then my prayers have been answered and Staccato made a gun that works for me, even better than all their existing models. But being a righty, there's no real advantage for me, although it is cool, I will say that. It is a fun little gun with the ambi controls. They did delete the grip safety, which I wish they would do to all their guns. And I do like the grip with this, even without a magwell, has this nice curve on it, which really, this is probably Staccato's best feeling gun just in hand. But And I do like their new optic system with the irons forward. I think that is nice, but if I'm being 100% honest, probably a little unnecessary, particularly for the price. So I get this to test on the channel, and there's the 4.5 that has a sight block on it that's coming out. I'm going to get that one too, and we're going to test that. But it is probably as far as the totem pole of Staccatos go, this is going to be on the bottom of the totem pole for me. But that all being said, this is a great gun. It's just, is it necessary for the price to get these features? Like, would I buy this over a Staccato C2 or a Staccato P or a Staccato XC? The answer is no. And when you're in this category of the Staccato HD, and you have options like the Stealth Platypus, or then you compare it even to the Fusion XP Pro, which I shot today as well. Well, I will say the Fusion XP Pro, let's just kind of go over what happened with the gun. So shooting these, I shot it wasn't first impressions on these guns. I've shot these before. This is the Stealth Arms Platypus, and this also runs Glock mags, and so does the Fusion XP Pro. So it was kind of a showdown between the Glock mag 2011s. And I'm going to say I shoot the Platypus the best. And perhaps that has something to do with trigger time. I have the most trigger time on this gun, but I will say this has a better trigger than the HD. And that has to do with it being a Series 70 trigger, not a Series 80. So this is not drop safe. I'm not all that concerned about drop safe, because the only way these things shoot when they are dropped is if it's barrel down and the bullet's going in the dirt. But I think a lot of agency contracts rely upon a drop safe gun. So for me, for a hobbyist enthusiast shooter, I'm not that worried about it. And the Stealth Arms Platypus is a great shooting gun, although this one I shot today, but this one I even prefer more, the 5-inch. This thing shoots fantastic. And the triggers they're awesome triggers, that typical 2011 trigger. And then you get into the Fusion XP Pro, also run Glock mags. And this has this is probably this is the cheapest entry level of all of these. So you get this for like $1,000, which I think you're getting a lot of gun for the money with this. Although there has been some issues with this gun that I've had. And those issues are, I like to run these Glock magazines with extensions on them. And when I'm running an extension on this, it has a hard time feeding the first few rounds. So Fusion was awesome. They sent me out some stock Glock magazines and some new recoil springs. I did put the 10-pound recoil spring in here and ran the extensions. Still had the same issue. But to be fair, when I ran the stock Glock magazines that Fusion gave me, ran like absolutely perfect. But I don't want to run those. I want to run an extension on there. And to be fair to all the other guns, I ran the same extensions in the Platypus and the HD, and they had 0 issues. So there's something going on, although I don't have a ton of rounds through this thing. So it could technically be in a break-in period, and that will resolve itself, but that's yet to be seen. So I do like the weight on this gun. It's a little heavier, which I like. I don't know, that's kind of your opinion, if you like that or not. Has a decent trigger, not as good as the Platypus, but it's a little heavier. But it also, I have an RMR on here, which is, I prefer other optics to the RMR, and that has nothing to do with the gun, just the way that I set it up. But there is some, they have their slide lock lever. I like it. They're coming out with some new ones because some people, it interferes with their grip. but I know I talked to them at SHOT Show. They're coming out with a new one, or multiple new ones that you can get to cater to you. So I do really like the Fusion XP Pro, except they need to figure out what's going on with that running extensions. And I wouldn't say that's their fault, but the other guns handled it fine. So everything being equal, I would say, for me, for my money, I'm gonna get a Platypus. If I'm looking to get a gun, a 2011 that takes Glock magazines, I'm gonna get a Platypus. And the downside to that is the wait times right now. If you go on their site and build a Platypus, it's gonna take quite a while to get it. They do have some that are just already ready to go that you won't be able to configure. And I think those drop every once in a while. So if you are interested in that, just really watch their website for those drops. And other than that, I'm gonna say with the Staccato HD, it is a really cool gun. I like it, it shoots well, but as far as the Staccato goes, I'm going to spend my money on a C2 before I would get an HD, unless you need a drop safe gun or a lefty. That all being said, this was just kind of the first impressions of this. I'm gonna put a lot more rounds through this gun and maybe it'll win me over. I don't think that trigger is gonna break into a point that it becomes equal to a C2 trigger, but maybe it will get better over time. That is yet to be seen. Other than that, I'm gonna just keep shooting that gun. I need to shoot more on this Fusion XP Pro and really see if it is a break-in issue or not. But as far as my initial impressions go, I'm taking the Platypus. That is really my conclusion on my first impressions of running Staccato's first gun that takes Glock mags. We will be testing much more of these guns in the future, so stay tuned for future videos. Please comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I'm Jeff for the Weapon Collective, reminding you, keep your weapons collected and keep collecting your weapons. I'll catch you next time.